I welcome all of you on platform of YourPedia Education. And as you know, on YourPedia, we keep on telling you various opportunities of higher education in Indian universities and global universities. So my this interaction today is with Haresh, the wonderful person and wonderful interaction. I must tell you that you should listen to this in entirety, complete video. You must listen. You'll get a lot of things in this. Let me give you crux. Haresh is civil engineer and he did his graduation from State Engineering College in Odisha. He's from Keonjhar district in Odisha. Then he did his Mtech from Nagpur, NIT Nagpur, and his gate score was 488 gate score, with which he could get NIT Nagpur. And then he started doing his project very seriously. An Mtech project he really did very nicely. And he did his Mtech from 2020 to 2022 when COVID period was going on. So you understand, doing project. Many of students say, "Sir, we could not do project because online. It was online education and all." He took it as opportunity and he made a very good project. Now, immediately after Mtech, he started applying. He started dropping the mails to professor. We normally say that if you drop a mail to 500 professors, one or two may respond. But in his case, he dropped mail to 60 professors, 60, and he got 14 responses only on the basis of his project. And not only that, he could convert one of the interaction into selection also. So he got prestigious Dublin University in Ireland with full scholarship. That means sufficient enough to earn, to save also. And he got that particular opportunity on the basis of his Mtech project and mailing the professor and LinkedIn, etc. Also, in final year, he could get two jobs. From Mtech, he could get two jobs, one non-core, another core. Core job he got in MNC. Many of the civil engineers say, "Sir, core jobs nahi hai." Listen to what he says. Even in NIT, if you do work properly, you get multiple jobs. So this entire journey of Haresh is very smart work done. He's not having, extraordinary credentials, no GRE, no GRE, no TOEFL, no IELTS. Gate score is also very average, or I'll say below average, 488 gate score. But he did Mtech project seriously, so effort will take you forward, right? Listen to this, and if you want to interact with Haresh, I've requested him that those who want to interact with you, we'll have another Zoom session with Haresh, and we will interact with him. So those of you who are interested can come forward for such interaction, and you can interact with Haresh. All the very best, and listen to this entire interaction. Thank you. Okay, so Haresh, let me thank you first for sparing your time for this interaction.
Hello, Dr. Vijender, and thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Okay, so Haresh, you have got admission in prestigious Dublin University, Ireland, and that you got a PhD, PhD admission there after Mtech, and you are a civil engineer. So Haresh, interaction with you is going to be very, very valuable and informative for all those students who are doing their Mtech in India from different universities. Some are globally top universities, some are average universities in India, and everyone has a dream to have a wonderful career and go abroad and maybe get specialized and lead a life, quality life in many countries. So your entire journey, and you have written gate exam also, you did your Mtech and then you applied abroad. So your entire journey will be very, very helpful for such students, and I request you that you reveal as much information and as straight information as possible, because many of students make their own decision on the basis of the information which is coming from people like you. So I started now with your very brief introduction, Haresh, in which we expect you telling us from which part of India you are, and when did you graduate, and in which branch, from which college, and then after college you have done Mtech also. So from where you've done Mtech, what was your gate journey, those kind of things you tell us.
Okay, sir. Firstly, thank you so much for this opportunity. So my name is Haresh Das. I am basically from eastern part of India. So I live in a very small village which is located in Keonjhar district in Odisha.
Keonjhar district.
Yes, sir.
It
Keonjhar
is
district.
supposed to be one of the remote,
Remote, sir. Yes.
Okay.
So talking about my schooling, I've completed like total my schooling from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya till my intermediate. Then I have qualified my bachelor's degree in the Department of Civil Engineering from Visvesvaraya National, from Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, Burla, Odisha.
Okay.
Then I appeared for GATE on 2020. Then I joined in National Institute of Technology, Nagpur to carry out my master's coursework.
Okay.
And then I just got qualified recently on June 2022.
Okay. So as per you, you have no break after BTech. You
Uh,
completed your BTech in 2020, and then you
uh,
joined MTech.
no, sir. So I completed my BTech on 2019. Then
Acha.
I appeared in 2020 GATE.
Great.
I
Okay.
got admitted too. Like
Okay.
on 2020, I got admitted.
Okay. So Haresh, students also want to identify themselves with you as far as the GATE journey is concerned. So I want to ask you, how many times did you write GATE, and what was the GATE score in all these attempts?
So I have just written it for once on 2020. So my GATE score was 488, which was
Okay.
okay, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So 488 mein you got NIT Nagpur. Which specialization you got?
Environmental engineering, sir.
Okay, environmental engineering. So you wrote GATE with civil or environment?
No, sir, civil only.
Civil only you wrote. Good. And then you did your environmental engineering. So
Oh.
Haresh, what was your CGPA in BTech and then in MTech?
BTech, I was scoring 7.76.
Okay. Okay.
And MTech, I've got 8.69.
Okay. Looks like you've done MTech seriously.
Yes.
But this was the also time when COVID lockdown was going on. So I presume you went very less to NIT Nagpur, 20 to 2022.
A few months only, but that was worth it. So we enjoyed, and then I had put so much of effort in my studies. It was a quite of a memorable journey that I had, definitely.
So could you do good project and all, Harish, in MTech?
Oh yes, definitely. So that part actually I confidently and happily I always tell people that I had put my blood and sweat to this MTech project, and I am happy with my project.
Hmm.
Before joining, sir, to be very frank, before joining this master's course in NIT Nagpur, I watch YourPedia videos,
Hmm.
and I watched a video where you were explaining what are the requirements that are needed to get into abroad,
Uh,
and then also to a good IITs. So from that point only,
hmm.
I made up my mind that no, this is something I should be very careful about, and like whatever I dotted down to secure that I have got it through my
Hmm.
master's degree. I was serious enough.
Hmm. So do you think that your master's project, the way you have done it, master's project was also somewhere criteria for getting admission into Dublin University? Can you say that?
Definitely. They mentioned it. I mean, 3-4 times that you have done an amazing work
Okay.
master's
Okay.
course.
Okay.
That's but they have mentioned it 2-3 times at least.
So I was discussing with you just before recording, and you said that the kind of response you were getting from professors when you were mailing them was amazing. That was very good. So I think that was also the reason, because they identify that this boy has done good work in project. Maybe that is also
Yes,
one of the reasons.
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
can you, Haresh, tell us briefly whatever you can tell about your project? What was that?
Oh, yes. So my project was on development of a soft tool for the selection and design of DWATs,
Okay.
meaning decentralized
Hmm.
wastewater treatment system.
Okay. Hmm.
So to explain it a little more, like in say suppose in Bangalore,
Hmm.
there would be a centralized wastewater treatment system which would be collecting wastewater throughout Bangalore.
Hmm.
But what about the localities or remote localities, apartment just a little away from Bangalore? Say suppose 50 kilometers, they cannot allow in the existing sewerage system, so they have to make it their different one.
Hmm.
So like that, it's a decentralized, it's a localized.
Hmm.
Basically, it is a localized and a small scale. So
Okay.
there I did my research work in that pattern.
Harish, many students talk to me and they ask me that, sir, we are not getting idea how to do project, in which field we should do project. No, I want to ask this same question to you, that how can a student in masters or maybe graduation, how can he identify the good project area for him, and good research work for him?
Yes. So about me, if I'll tell, then I did my own research that actually in wastewater engineering, I could relate myself much more than
Hmm.
any other topic. And then I could see that there are so many researches and so many research papers you could find in this particular domain.
Okay.
So, and my interest was lying on the same. So my focus was very clear. Although my supervisor, Dr. Ajay R. Temburkar, he had the freedom. He had given me the freedom that you could choose any topic you want to,
Okay.
any area of interest you want to. But I was restricting myself to this because I was interested in this.
Okay. So maybe because of BTech, your inclination for this domain.
No, sir. In while I was doing my
Okay.
preparation for GATE exam,
Okay. Hmm.
then I developed the
Okay.
interest.
Okay, wonderful. So environment, you developed the interest well while you were doing your preparation for GATE, and
Yes,
still
sir.
you chose the topic related to this only.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, Haresh, is that also criteria like when you apply for foreign universities? So, your doing project is very, very important part, and professor must like your project. So, is this also criteria for student that he should know that foreign may, abroad may, what area may research is going on, so that we can also link it with that? Is that also one of the criteria?
Yes, definitely. It's always better to look into like the research work that is going on not only in abroad, also in India and
Okay.
other countries, what wherever you can find, and then you decide. And definitely there would be so many topics that would align up with your interests. So
Hmm.
that's a better and informed decision that you can take after having a little bit of a research on this topic.
Good. Now coming to your MTech part, when you were doing your MTech, and you are from civil engineering background, Haresh.
Yes, sir.
Every branch of engineering has its uniqueness.
Yes.
In India, civil engineering normally students take that there are so many government jobs. In state, assistant engineer you can become, junior engineer you can become, so many government jobs. So that is how they take it. And when they go for MTech, also in colleges, they tend to prepare for government jobs, knowing that placements are less. So I want your opinion when you were doing your MTech. Then were you trying for placements? And if yes, what was the placement scenario in NIT Nagpur for civil engineers?
Yes, so while I was on Mtech, definitely I was trying for placements, and like proudly I could say that it was very nice in NIT Nagpur. If you go their website and search it on 22 pass out students, their starts is very nice, amazing. Like they
Hmm.
have achieved some milestone, I think,
Okay.
in this placement department.
Okay.
And about core companies, there are so many core companies that also came to the campus like L&T,
Hmm.
Sustainability, others. Then, but they used to take a little bit of a like less number of students.
Hmm.
I got placed in one of the non-core company first.
Hmm.
Recently, just before like 20 days, I got placed in another company, but
Hmm.
that is MNC and very related to my core field only, and especially related to my project. I
Okay.
was about to join that.
Hmm.
On that particular day, I received my email that you have been selected. So
Hmm.
then I dropped that idea.
Multiple options, huh?
Multiple option.
So as we say that if you do good work, multiple options pop up, and because of your project, now you said that you got a project, because of the project you got MNC also, and that was related to that only.
Yes.
So that shows the relevance of project work in MTech and even in BTech. Now, Haresh, I'm coming to your journey for exploring options abroad.
Okay.
What stage in MTech did you decide that okay, let me explore the opportunities abroad also, and how did you start for that?
So initially, I had a plan of going abroad to carry out my PhD. But before that, I was looking for good opportunity like job opportunities in India. But in my back of the mind, it was always there that I just want to add my like doctorate from before my name. That was what my target was. So then I kept on like looking for it. I talked to my parents. Initially, they declined. Simply, no, no, you can't go. Just stay here. There are so opportunities, so much opportunities here. Just explore and you will get some. So don't go there. That's very far away. But I don't know when I got like passed out from this master's course from NIT Nagpur. Then I again after 15 20 days just I left my college. Then I talked to my parents, and all of a sudden they agreed.
Mm.
And to be very surprising, I started it very late, like because my plan was not to join abroad.
Mm.
So I started almost in, I would say, mid July.
Okay. Mm.
Mid July I started, and
Mhm.
my first application I sent on August 5, I would say.
Okay.
Uh,
So August 5th को you send your first mail. Hmm.
yes.
Okay. And how many universities did you apply?
It would be more than 60 to 70, I would say.
Six zero.
60, yes.
So no, no, universities you applied,
No,
but
no, sir. Emails only. I
email
haven't
you
applied
sent.
any university. I hadn't applied.
So which countries did you drop mails?
I was not specific about countries. I was just looking for the professors, their research domain, whether their research work is lining up with my research work. So that was my top criteria. So
So how Haresh you were identifying the professors? Can you tell us that also? How you
yes,
were identifying? Okay, this is the professor. This is the professor. Hmm.
yes. Actually, there were certain list of universities given on YourPedia portal.
Hmm.
From there, I started it.
Hmm.
So then I went through LinkedIn also.
Hmm.
Once you get connected to one, two professors,
Hmm.
then the machine learning and the artificial intelligence would do its own work. So you'll
Okay.
eventually pop up some of the good
Professors.
profiles
Hmm.
on your phone. So that's a good, very good thing about that.
Hmm.
And also there are certain websites like findaphd.com.
Hmm.
And one more help that I got from my professor, and I was so happy
Hmm.
that we had almost 4 or 5 email conversations on the same day. That
Okay. Hmm.
she sent me the one of the website which was especially for environmental engineering,
Okay.
aeesp.org. That
aeesp.org.
org. So
Okay.
that website is specifically for environmental engineering
Hmm.
jobs and the PhD positions abroad.
Hmm.
So that was the biggest help that I could get from
Hmm.
her, and I was so happy.
Hmm.
And out of this 60, 70 emails that I had sent, I got responses 14. I was counting yesterday.
One
14
four.
responses, yes.
One four. Hmm.
1 4.
And they were
14.
positive, huh? I mean, response is positive only.
No, some of them decline, but
Okay.
positive, if I would say, it
Hmm.
would be 5, 6
Acha.
positive responses
Out of 60.
out of 60,
Very,
70.
very big. Hmm.
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 But then when they decline also, they were very polite and they also help you. So these are some of the profiles that you could look into if you're interested. I don't have a current position for PhD
Hmm.
as of now. So like that, they reply. They were very supportive, I could say.
So were you mentioning about your MTech project also in the mail, Harish?
Oh, yes, I had actually a soft tool that I had developed. I was attaching with every mail,
Hmm.
and these are the instructions before using the soft tool. And this is the soft tool. Just find a little name and go through it. I think that was the reason why I got so much of the responses.
What do you said? Soft tool. What is that?
Software. It's basically a software that I
Ah,
had developed.
okay. Okay. So you attach the mail in that and then you said.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So this now, how many finally selections were there in universities? How many universities did you apply then, Harish?
Universities, no universities. I haven't
You
applied.
you did not apply. You got a call only from Dublin, right?
Yes.
So how you got this response from Dublin, and when did you get it?
So that was, I think, my first application that I received from Dublin. I was like, when I saw that advertisement, it put a smile on my face that, okay, this work is actually lining up with my work so much, and I'm really into it. So I invested almost 3 4 days for the application process properly.
Mm,
Then I applied.
mm,
So the best that I could send the application that I gathered, and then I applied.
mm.
So after a while, they message that hold on, there is some delay. We'll let you know if you get shortlisted. So then one more email I had received that you are shortlisted finally. Congratulations, and you were called for an interview. Then I had an interview.
That is on Zoom or something?
Yes, that was on Zoom. Interview
Okay.
was on Zoom.
Mm,
So it went on about 40 minutes, I would say.
mm.
So, and they did not even ask me about my introduction. I think they had gone through my full profile. just they were calling my name and they started asking some questions, technical, and then
How many professors were there on that side?
two, my supervisor and co-supervisor. Two professors.
Could you see them?
Yes, definitely, yes. Video was
And
on.
they accent and everything was okay.
Ah, yes, accent I could understand. So British
So
accent.
what were the normal questions they asked you?
So it was more like towards the technical field, but there are certain questions. Like one questions I could remember that I couldn't ask, like I couldn't answer. But then they said me that okay, don't worry. This is something that you are not supposed to know, but we are just asking to check your knowledge. So don't worry about that. They were very supportive.
So were they asking questions from project or from your subjects, or what they were asking? In which direction?
So project they were asking, and they were checking whether you were interested in PhD or not. HR questions also they asked me.
Hmm. And Haresh, the questions kind of software part of engineering, like whether you have used some software, were that also there?
They yes, because my project, like the advertisement they had floated on, actually is a computer based majorly. Like 80% is a desk based project, 20% you could see for the experimental work.
Okay.
So I had completely mentioned on my CV,
Hmm.
and they did also very well and rigorously gone through my soft tool. So
Hmm.
they didn't ask me about that. So they were knowing that okay, he knows something, and he praised me also. You have a good skill and like that.
So at the end of the interview, they confirmed.
Oh no, no, no. I asked them that is this the last round, or is there any other round here that
Okay.
you are going to conduct for
Yeah.
this? And then they said that no, this is it. So we will let you know in couple of days.
Hmm.
That's what they said. But after 2 days only, they let me know that you were selected.
Oh,
It was
through mail,
very
huh?
through mail. Huh?
Hmm. Acha, Haresh, now tell me, I am coming to finance part now.
Yes.
How much did you before that? Did you write some exam like for this Ireland, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, something you wrote?
No, no, no. I was actually preparing for a IELTS exam.
Hmm.
At GRE, I didn't prepare actually. I was like, it was in the back of my mind that I would have to appear definitely because that risk I couldn't take.
Hmm.
If they asked, then what? So I was actually started preparing the IELTS.
Hmm.
So because of some here and there, I got stuck, so I couldn't appear in that.
Hmm.
Then I started also applying to universities, like mailing the professors especially.
Hmm.
So luckily, I think I won't be requiring an IELTS score. But if they ask me for an IELTS score, then I'm ready to appear in the exam in the coming date.
Hmm.
There is no problem.
Hmm.
But as of now, I don't have a IELTS score.
Hmm.
And I had checked their website,
Hmm.
University College Dublin, Ireland it is.
Hmm.
And as per their website, I meet the English proficiency language requirements.
You meet how?
They mention that if you are from India, then you must be in the CBSE medium, or
Hmm.
there are some other mediums also they had mentioned. I don't know about that medium. So
Hmm.
I'm basically from CBSE, and they mentioned that your intermediate, like 12th,
Hmm.
should be 12th class English should be more than 80%, which I had
English marks in 12th should be more than 80%.
more than 80%. That was one.
Hmm.
Secondly, you should have a degree, like it shouldn't be more than 2 years that you would have received, like
Hmm.
recent degree,
Hmm.
and the medium of instruction
Hmm.
and the examination conduction
Is in
must be
English.
in the English language. So
That is largely in India is all English. Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
so from NIT Nagpur in the transcript they had bold letters they had mentioned that it is an English medium.
Very, we are already aware. Hmm.
Uh,
Got
so
it.
then it was okay. So then I had sent them. Let's see.
Hmm. Wonderful. So you are confirmed that else will not be required.
Yes. Like
Hmm.
hopefully, if they ask, then also there is no much of a problem. I could appear.
Now, Haresh, when are you you got this news on 5th August, as you said, you started applying in mid July, you started approaching, and 5th August you got a good news, I suppose. So when are you going to join finally in PhD there?
So 5th August, actually, sir, I applied. and I got on 21st September.
21st September, you got what?
The news that I
Okay.
am selected.
Okay. Okay. 5th August, you started applying.
Yes.
Okay. And 21st September, you got for Dublin, you got shortlisted. And
Yes.
when are you going to join that particular university now?
January
January
in the first
2023
week.
will be starting.
Yes, January 2023.
Okay. So now coming to finance part, Haresh, how much money so far you have spent so far?
It's not that like big. Just I had to spend some thousands, like 6, 7, 8,000 rupees to collect
Yes.
my transcripts, from my BTech college. Because before this, I was not even knowing what a transcript is.
Transcript is okay.
Because we were like India never needs one. So
So all the students in Mtech, should we, and even BTech, should we tell them that if you have a dream to go abroad, at least get your transcripts? Can we
yes,
do that?
definitely, because it takes time, and you were staying in Karnataka, and your education is from Odisha. It's a
Mm.
it's a difficult job to get transcript there, and it takes at least 15 days. The
Mm.
administrations, sir, in
Mm.
India. So
Mm.
that's why it's always better to keep your documents ready before.
Anything else? Matlab, you applied to the PG section or something of the College of VNIT Nagpur and you got the transcripts. And even in your college, you got the transcript. BTech, MTech, both transcripts are required.
Yes.
Mm.
BTech and MTech, you should keep them ready with you always.
So, what are the typical problems a student might face when he goes for getting transcripts?
Or transcripts means very few people they approach for it. If you are a big you are from a big university, then that's fine. Like from NIT Nagpur, I hadn't had a problem in collecting these transcripts. Just couple of days, and then the payment was also not that high.
Okay.
So then I got it. But from BTech, I had to struggle a bit. I contacted through some online website. I paid them, and then they couriered it to me. I'm staying currently in Bangalore. So just before 10, 12 days, I received my transcripts.
So we should advise all the students who are in BTech and MTech to have their transcripts once they leave the college. Is that okay?
Yes.
Because
That's a
later
must.
on they made up their minds on when they will get transcripts.
That's a must if they are like planning for going abroad.
And you never decide, you never know, no, when you decide. Like I know many
Yes.
of my students who are in PSU, and then after 4 or 5 years they are deciding, okay, sir, we want to go abroad now. So at that time, getting going back to the college, it may be Herculean task for you. Okay, that was the related to transcript. Now I'm coming to finance part as far as the scholarship is concerned. So Harish, now how much money will you spending before you start your course? Because airfare is there and some fees is to be met. So how much money and finance you need to have in your pocket?
So, to be on the safer side, for Ireland, I would say that the travel expenses would be around like 50,000 to somewhere 70,000.
Okay.
So that is what it is. And apart from this, you should have a minimum amount of 2 lakhs rupees in your pocket, so that because suddenly you won't receive the stipends all of a sudden. You need to go there and have a bank account there. It would take some amount of a time, and you would be staying there. So it's better to have it, but it's not a big deal because eventually in 2, 3 coming months you would get sufficient amount of money. So just you can borrow it or you can take a loan. So that's not a big deal. You would get definitely your money back within certain amount of time. So that is not something to be worried about the money part.
Okay. So as it is said that in MS you need to show some money in your account.
Yes.
Is that true for PhD also?
I don't think so, because in my admission letter that I know of, I haven't received yet, but they would mention that this is the amount of stipend that you are going to receive and everything. Then your visa would be approved. So for that matter, you don't have to have a huge amount of money in your account.
Okay, Haresh, now let me ask you, the scholarship which you get in Ireland must be in euro, right?
Yes.
So what is 1 euro in rupees? It's somewhere around 100 or something.
No, sir. Currently, if you see, it's around, it varies from 78, 79 to 82. Like it varies.
Equivalent
It
to
has
dollar.
gone down actually.
Okay, gone down now.
Uh,
Okay, so do you get sufficient scholarship to meet your expenditures, Haresh?
Definitely, you would definitely receive sufficient amount of a stipend
Hmm.
as a part of your salary,
Hmm.
and then you don't have to pay your university's fees.
Hmm.
Just you have to carry out your own expenses. So
Hmm.
actually, in Ireland, a big chunk of amount from your salary would be for your rental purposes.
Okay.
Otherwise, that is fine. But then you would end up saving a minimum of 40,000 rupees,
Okay.
Indian rupees,
Okay. Monthly.
monthly.
Hmm.
Monthly.
Hmm. And this as you mentioned, this is a job. So
And
in
this is job.
Europe, the PhD is not considered as higher education. It is advertised as a job. Am I right?
Yes. They mentioned clearly job title. So
Hmm.
it is they regard it as a job. In India, they regard it as a studentship,
Hmm.
but then in abroad, they regard it as a
So is
job.
there time limit also they mention? Like 3 years and all?
Yes. So my maximum period for receiving scholarship is 4 years,
Okay.
but I'm looking forward to complete it within 3.5 years. So that's the best part about this European countries, that you get to complete your degree soon enough.
Okay.
Unlike in India, it takes a time. So you could get 2 degrees
Hmm.
at least, like postdoc also you could get within 5 years if you're dedicated enough.
So PhD plus postdoc both collected
Ah, you
within
can
5 years.
you can get it done for 5 years.
Harish, what kind of university Dublin is a QS ranking? Have you done some analysis?
Yes, QS ranking, it's very good. It's around 183, I think.
Okay, 183.
183.
Hmm.
So it's a like very good university. If you
Hmm.
go to their profile and the research work,
Hmm.
their international, there are so many international students also, and the number of students are very high. I think more than even 20, 30,000 something I had checked. I
At
don't.
university, yeah.
Ah, yes, it's a very big.
Very vibrant culture, I suppose.
Ah,
Very
yes.
diversity.
Ah,
So Harish, what kind of city is Dublin? I mean, you'll be
the
going there, so you must
Dublin
have
is,
done some analysis, yeah.
yes. So Dublin is capital of Ireland.
Hmm.
So it's a like a beautiful city. I had I haven't been there, but I have gone through some of the internet stuff and got an idea about the same. So it's a beautiful city. Only the thing is that the cost of living, especially on the rent part, is a little high. But then it is nothing to be worried about, since you are receiving stipend. That's sufficient enough to lead a luxurious lifestyle there.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now coming to post PhD opportunities. Harish,
Yes.
what are the opportunities there? Because students think that okay, sir, PhD कर लिया, maybe postdoctorate fellowship भी कर लिया. What after that?
सर मैं ये बोलूंगा कि अगर आप पीएचडी के लिए ट्राई कर रहे हो, एंड इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू पोस्ट डॉक, सो 1 year before you complete your PhD, you will definitely know it. So from that part, you start applying it, and then once you go to like explore this international exposure, so it would be very easy. Once you go abroad, then doors would open everywhere. Then you can easily get into here and there different countries.
Hmm.
So, like someone should target like this. If you are if you are joining PhD for a 100 rank university, postdoc you try for 50, below 50.
Hmm.
So like that, you should have to keep your target, so that each step you go ahead.
Hmm. And what about job? Let's say I don't want to do PDF. I want to go for job after PhD. Then what are the opportunities?
You can definitely come back India.
Okay.
So positively, many of the like private institutes, happily they will recruit you with a good
Obviously, not
salary.
even private, even NITs.
NITs.
You come with such a wonderful degrees.
Yes.
Government engineering colleges, NITs, you have the opportunities.
Yes.
But I was asking about opportunities in Dublin and opportunities in Ireland or those countries only after PhD.
Yes, they actually provide some kind of a visa. I don't remember, 1G or something they call it.
Hmm.
Once you complete it, so you would be allowed to stay there for a year or 2 years to
Hmm.
search for your job. And job opportunities are good there,
Hmm.
I
Good.
could say. So definitely you can try.
So presently, Haresh, you are already doing job in Bangalore or something?
Oh no, I was actually like in the middle of deciding whether to join or not. I still have the offer as of now. So
Hmm.
tomorrow, this is 29 September. 30 September is my deadline. So
Okay.
anyway, I have to decline them.
Okay.
But then still, if I want also, I can join.
Okay. So still you have some time left before January. October, November, December, next 3 months, what is the plan?
I will be busy in writing my research paper actually. I have started it. I'm working with my professor on that part. So before going there, I want to complete my publication, at least submit it.
So what your professor in NIT Nagpur says about his
Uh,
selection?
he was very happy when I shared him this news, and he was very cooperative. Actually, like the amount of time and the guidance that he had given me was so mesmerizing that you ask him anytime, he would be available. At least he would try definitely. So that thing, I think my what my project was a good project because of him only, because he was available when I needed him. So that's the good
So
part.
can you name him once again, professor's name?
Dr. Ajay R. Temburkar.
Okay, he's in environment specialization.
Yes.
Dr. Ajay. Okay. So Haresh, I think we have come to an end of this wonderful session, and more or less all the information you have provided. Now, any message you want to give to students who are listening to you?
Yes. So in the end, I would tell all the students who are trying for PhD that don't lose hope. Send as many as emails that you can, okay, and spend time. So each email actually is a very different one, because each professor is different, their area of research is different, their work is different. So just don't form a standardized email and then send it to everyone at the same time. You just have to modify. That's what I did. So you have to be a little careful in this regard, and then don't lose your hope, keep on trying. Like I have received emails I had sent from 40 days, then I receive it today. So definitely don't think that if 2-3 days they are not replying, that they won't reply. So they put it on a they keep it all your emails, and whenever they find time, they review it and they reply to you. So don't lose hope. Keep on trying. Eventually, you would definitely get it. And it's not some rocket science that you won't get it. Even average CGPA and everything, you have to be very careful about. And one more thing, suggestion I would tell, that if you are in first year masters or even in second year masters, seriously do your project. That's what I would tell. Seriously do your project.
Wonderful. So, Haresh, before I say thank to you from my side and on behalf of all the students, YourPedia has also started one initiative we have taken, that whosoever wants to interact with you. Now, after listening to this video, what happens is some students want to interact with you, right? So, though they will be asking some queries on your video, which obviously you will be answering them as and when you get the time, but they want to interact also with you. So, may I request you to spare some time for such interaction. Whosoever wants to interact, we will collect all those students and provide them one time as per your availability, and they can come join interaction with us and they can ask you questions. Is that okay with you?
Definitely. I would be happy. So no problem with that.
Wonderful. So let me thank you, Haresh, for the time you spared and very simplified way, the way you explained everything. And I'm really happy for you, Haresh, from Kyonjhar district in Orissa, one of the, Kala Handi, Kyonjhar, we used to hear that in areas in India, entire India. You have gone from that to Dublin University. Believe me, it is amazing. This journey is amazing. And I can feel that the kind of optimism you display in your personality, and you need to have that optimism and keep applying. Certainly the opportunities pop up, and students should not miss the most important things, like putting effort in the projects and all. So they should do those things seriously, and they are valued later on. So if you do that, you not only you get opportunities for higher education, but as you mentioned, even you got a very good job from NIT Nagpur. So in multinational companies, so you have a couple of options there with you. Do your Mtech seriously. So Haresh, thanks a lot, and we wish you all the very best for your career ahead.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and wonderful words. It made my day. So it was nice interacting with you. I always saw you on YouTube, and I got a chance to interact with you today. So it was a very pleasing and a very surprising and a very fascinating moment for me. So again, so thank you for having me here.
Okay, see you once again if that interaction is possible with the students. I'll again request you, and we'll have a wonderful session. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.